We wake up every morning and immediately check our smartphones for new notifications. We feel a constant pressure to run faster than everyone else around us. The world tells us that speed is the only way to achieve success. We often forget to breathe deeply or look at the blue sky. We are trapped in a cycle of endless rushing without a clear destination. This lifestyle creates a strong fear of missing out on important events. We scroll through social media and compare our lives with perfect images online. We see friends traveling or buying houses, and we feel inadequate. We think we are not working hard enough to match their achievements. This comparison steals our joy and makes us run even faster on the treadmill of life. The physical body eventually suffers from this constant state of high stress. We drink too much coffee to stay awake and work late hours. Our shoulders are always tense and our eyes are tired from staring at screens. We ignore the warning signs that our bodies send us daily. We trade our long-term health for short-term productivity and think it is a good exchange. One day I stopped running and asked myself a very difficult question. I wondered if all this rushing was truly making me happy. I had money and a job, but I felt empty inside. I realized I was living on autopilot and missing the real beauty of existence. That was the moment I decided to change my path and learn how to live slowly. My journey to slow living began after a serious health scare last year. I collapsed at my office after working for 12 hours straight without a break. My colleagues took me to the hospital where the doctor gave me a stern warning. He told me that my body was shutting down because of exhaustion. It was a terrifying wake-up call that I could not ignore. I spent the next week at home lying in bed and doing absolutely nothing. At first, this felt incredibly uncomfortable and wrong to me. My mind was still racing with thoughts about deadlines and emails. I felt guilty for resting while others were working. It took several days for my brain to accept that rest is a necessary part of life and not a crime. During that quiet week, I started to notice things I had ignored for years. I saw how the sunlight moved across my bedroom floor in the afternoon. I heard the sound of birds singing outside my window in the early morning. These small details brought a strange sense of peace to my heart. I realized I had been blind to the world around me. I understood that being busy does not always mean being productive or effective. We often confuse movement with progress, but they are different things. A hamster runs on a wheel all day, but it never goes anywhere. I decided I did not want to be a hamster anymore. I wanted to be a human being who experiences life fully instead of just surviving through it. The first step in my slow living practice was a digital detox. I turned off all notifications on my phone except for important calls. I stopped checking my email after working hours and during weekends. This created a lot of anxiety in the beginning. I felt disconnected and worried that I would miss urgent news. However, the world did not end just because I went offline. Slowly, the silence in my head began to replace the digital noise. I found that I had much more free time than I previously thought. Instead of scrolling through endless feeds, I used that time to read books. I rediscovered the joy of reading paper pages without blue light hurting my eyes. My imagination started to work again after being asleep for a long time. I also started to practice the art of doing one thing at a time. Multitasking is a myth that actually reduces our focus and quality of work. When I ate dinner, I focused only on the flavor of the food. When I walked in the park, I focused only on my steps. This practice involves being fully present in the current moment without distraction. The result of this digital separation was a significant improvement in my mental clarity. I could think deeper and solve problems more creatively than before. My conversations with friends became meaningful because I was actually listening to them. I was no longer looking at my screen while they were talking. Connection with real humans is far more satisfying than connection with a digital device. Slow living taught me to find happiness in simple activities like cooking. I used to order fast food because I thought I had no time. Now I spend time selecting fresh ingredients at the local market. I enjoy the process of chopping vegetables and waiting for the water to boil. Cooking became a form of meditation that helps me relax after a long day. I also learned to appreciate solitude and spending time alone with my thoughts. Being alone does not mean being lonely if you are comfortable with yourself. I started writing a journal to express my feelings and reflect on my day. This habit helped me understand my emotions better. It acted like a therapy session where I could be completely honest without fear of judgment. Nature became my best friend and my most effective healer during this transformation. I make it a priority to go outside for a walk every single day. Breathing fresh air and seeing green trees calms my nervous system instantly. I watch the clouds move slowly across the sky. Nature never hurries, yet everything is accomplished, and I try to mimic that natural rhythm. Sleep became a sacred ritual, rather than just a biological necessity for me. I created a bedtime routine that involves reading and dimming the lights early. Good sleep restored my energy levels and improved my mood significantly the next day. When we respect our body's need for rest, we perform better in all areas of life. It is the foundation of a healthy lifestyle. Adopting a slow lifestyle has completely redefined what success means to me personally. Success is no longer about having the most money or the highest job title. It is about having time to enjoy the money I earn. It is about having good health to enjoy the life I built. True wealth is measured in moments of peace and connection rather than bank balance. Living slowly does not mean we become lazy or lack ambition in life. It simply means we do things with intention and full awareness. We can still work hard, but we know when to stop and recharge. We understand that life is a marathon and not a sprint. Consistency is much more powerful than short bursts of speed that lead to burnout. If you are feeling overwhelmed by the speed of modern life, please stop. Take a deep breath and look around you right now. Put your phone down for 5 minutes and just exist in the moment. You do not need to change your whole life overnight. Start with small changes like walking slower or eating without distractions. You deserve to experience peace. Life is a precious gift that should be savored like a fine cup of tea. If we drink it too fast, we will burn our tongue and miss the flavor. Slow down so you can taste the sweetness of your days. Remember that the destination is the same for everyone, so there is no need to rush towards the end. Enjoy the beautiful journey.